Hello and welcome to episode 13 of our Timberborn Update 6 Wonders of Water playthrough, here with the Iron Teeth in Cycle 23, Day 6. Last time we started expanding our giant reservoir, did a little bit of rearranging some stuff, and started prototyping our design for bad water diversion. And boy, did we get a lot of great feedback on the last episode, and a couple of pretty good designs I think we're going to take the best elements of, in my opinion, and move forward. We did come up with this kind of thing right here, but Beard Booster and viewer Steve has given me a very good design that I think we're going to try and replicate as much as we can. Try to remember to put the screenshot from the Discord up in the video here, but if I didn't, then oops, you know how it goes. But basically, what it was is this same general idea, but it's a couple blocks lower, so we can take advantage of the natural terrain a little bit, and it's got some really nice looking elements to it. So we're going to be working on that today, along with getting this channel fixed in a manner that's going to work. I think what's going to make the most sense is for us to, I know it's going to really irritate you guys, but we're going to blast this back out so it is always the correct depth, 2 blocks deep. And at the end of the channel, we'll just put floodgates, because I was starting to have concerns about how the water was going to flow up and over this, and a number of you guys did as well. And to be perfectly honest, I did not even think about putting floodgates in. I never end up using them. So we'll be doing that in addition to a couple of other quick fixes, like right here. These levees, easy fix. Just replace them with dams. Automatic backflow, overflow protection to make sure that this is not going to cause us too many problems here. And there's going to be a reason to put them over on this side as well. But for the most part, I'd like to keep this as an emergency, blow this up in case stuff is really going to hit the fan kind of scenario. And of course, we'll hopefully never have to use that. But I am going to blast this. I know we spent all this time putting this in last time, but I'm going to blast that away. And I have to remember if this is still going to be waterproof under here. It probably isn't. But in a perfect world, there's no water here anyway. This is just because I put these dams in. So let's make these actually the highest priority. Hopefully we don't have to worry about it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yes, we will keep this at the correct height here. Get those out of there. And then we will have to fill this in. We already knew that was going to be a thing. But might as well just let that be what it's going to be. Bring this here. So, like I said, what we're working with in here is a similar design, but it's going to be a lot lower. So let's go ahead and demolish and then get rid of that. So the idea is that, first of all, this is going to have to go away. But I'm going to take this down right in the corner here. We'll double dynamite that away. This will go away, this will go away, and then I think, might as well just leave this as it is. But my idea is that going into the corner here, we can kind of use this to gasp, water folding. Send water down, fold it a tiny bit, and then come in so that here is going to be the bottom of the next step down. So I'm actually going to kind of build this backwards, if that makes sense, if you'll indulge me here. So what I think I'm going to have to do, if I'm taking a look at this diagram correctly from what Steve put in for me, this is going to make the most sense going in right like so, and then on top of this, remember we're trying to use these natural overhangs as part of this. We'll come in with regular old levees, just like so. Again, I'm looking over at the other monitor that has the stuff in place. So this is the outer wall right here. This inner bit is going to be impermeable floors, because the natural overhangs are not waterproof. The land is, but the natural overhangs are not. So I'm just going to make sure that's taken care of there. And then what happens from there is I'm going to come over here with these, I think it's a 5x1. Yeah, it's a 5x1 elevated like this. Obviously, we still have all of these scavenger flags and stuff to deal with, but there's only this one bit of ruins left, so I'm going to go ahead and remove these guys right here. And using the power of the overhangs, platforms, overhang platforms, whatever you want to call them, we can actually get away with doing one of these type of numbers here, where we've got all 5 of these going this way, and what's going to happen here is, if I am doing this correctly, get that blasted in just like so, and this ends up being a double step to get it down this way, but the rest of them will be a single. So what happens here is now we've got on top of here. Did I actually do this correctly? No, I did not. Okay. I'm doing it live. I don't edit these. Just so we've made this abundantly clear. I do not edit these videos. I don't take out when I make stupid mistakes. So what you see is always, and I mean always, what you get. I am like 90% sure this will work. Maybe not. I might be looking at the wrong angle on this, but yeah, we'll come back to this. I just have to make sure this all lines up. Because we've got, let's see, how did he do that here? We got this here, that there, and I think this is a, yeah. Oh, actually, no, that's not a single and a double. It's just a triple. Hard to see. Right there, and then on this side, I've got a 4. And on this side, I've got a 4. And then all of these come over like this. And the difference here is this is going to get built up on this side. This is just for the ease of constructing it. And then right here, I've got my 5, but it's brought up 1 this way. Just like so. And these become 4s here. So what we've done is we've created a stair step with a slight jog here. We might end up changing it a little bit, but let's pause so we don't have any tremendous issues here. So that's 5 there. That's 5 there. This will obviously extend here, but I just want to make sure that I've got this whole thing set up correctly. Yes, I believe that that's going to work out. Let me just double these, and then I'll show you with the... come over here on the other side. I promise this is going to make sense when it's actually built. This is a design that has been tested and proven to function correctly. I just have to be smart enough to figure out how to build it. So, this guy is going to come in on this side. Actually, no, that one has to come up 1 more. The way that these things are put in, I'm probably going to need to adjust, like, say, put another block here. I'm copying what he's put in the screenshot here. So what happens is this gets put exactly right here. That gets put exactly right there. This gets put here. This gets put here. And then this is going to get put here. Now, the reason that this is offset 1 block is because of how this overhang functions. We can't get, unfortunately, the way that this is set up, we can't get this back any further. But that's the basic idea. This just stair steps down, and of course this will follow around. We've got a couple different options for bringing it around the corner, but I think realistically, we're going to have our hands full even getting this constructed. But notice how all this space underneath is completely free versus my earlier design, where I had all these stilts and stuff everywhere. So to connect to this, the actual level of the water coming in is going to be... oh, I got to put something else under here. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now I can put this back in. This water level right here is going to be level with that, which means this, strictly speaking, does not need to go this high. And in fact, I could have this be dirt all the way around the corner, but I think I'd rather have our dirt levees. It has been a very, 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 very long day. I am sorry. I'm doing my absolute best here. But this coming around the corner will get everything all nice and situated. Get this out there, and then of course this has to be brought in as well. Just nice and easy here. Did I? Okay, I did miss this. Alright, so that can get brought over completely level all the way to the corner here. And what I think I want to do, remember we're going to have these just continue all the way around here. I think what I want to do is bring this into right about here, because what that's going to do is that's going to give us three faces. Once this is blown up, 1, 2, 3 faces, 2.2 CMS capacity each. And the outflow from here, these three, combined is about 5. So that should be enough. Basic water folding principles, etc. But that is why we are doing that. We'll go ahead and get this brought all the way up as well. I know we're going to have to run some more terraforming to get all this dirt in, but I very strongly believe dirt is the correct way to go about doing this. I just think it looks a whole lot nicer. For the back side, at least. And then coming around here with all of our fun. So, now I've got to... well, I guess the levees are waterproof. But the overhangs are not. So this is going to have to be also backfilled appropriately here and here. And that should be good. But yeah, I need to make sure that these get taken care of here. It's not gonna... Yep, that's already there. That's there. And that's there. I don't need these to have impermeable floors. That already has it. That's there, that's there, that's there. Yeah, so this is hopefully my goal for today. I say 13 minutes into the recording, having achieved almost nothing but talking, which I know is going to make some people very upset. Get this constructed. So we're going to let them run with it. I didn't want to run it while I was trying to plot this out because, you know, something is going to go horrendously wrong in a way that's not entirely hilarious and is more just annoying. So we'll just have to move on with that. But I'm going to go ahead and give myself a couple of accesses here so we can more easily get in and take care of this. This is on. It is more or less full of dirt, so that's not going to help our cause at all here. Let's put in an industrial pile and an industrial pile there. Put this thing in triple speed and let them go to work. So, now that that has finally gotten mostly started, we can talk about some of the rest of the stuff that we're going to be doing, which, yes, we are still completing, well, quote-unquote completing this reservoir. We've got more planting optimization to do, obviously. There's a lot of work that still needs to happen with regard to that. We've got a lot of wood that needs to be farmed and more wood that needs to be planted and all sorts of fun stuff. It is a never-ending cycle. Never, ever, ever ending cycle. So what I'm going to do is give an overflow. I really don't think it needs to be more than 2. But I'm going to blast this out. And what's going to happen here, people have suggested a couple different ways to solve this, but I'm going to use sluices, because sluices are one way. So what this is going to be is this is going to be an overflow. So regardless of whatever season it is, if the level is high enough to go through this sluice, which will just be always set to open, it will go into this channel, but it can't come back. This dam will allow it to flow through here and then back into the reservoir if it absolutely has to. But bad water can never go through this into the reservoir. Bad water could never come back through the sluice the wrong way. Whereas if it were a dam, any fluid could come through here. But, you know, it's a complicated process. At this point, we've changed our design ideas for this, oh, so many times. So many times. But I think we've got real winners here. And if we don't, then, well, at least it's going to be funny when something breaks. So, this is 2 blocks deep. Let's go ahead, get our double floodgates unlocked. And I'm going to put 2 of these right here. And just for right now, I think I can get by setting it to... Well, we'll give it a shot at, say, 1.25. Because remember, it still has to have enough volume between that and the top of the dam for the water to go through. This isn't setting the height of the water behind it. This is just the height of the dam that's going to allow water to go past it. So they're going to take quite a long time to get that accomplished. That's why I did that very first thing. All of our scrap metal has been harvested from over here. So now the only way for the rest of the playthrough we're ever going to get any metal is by having beavers in the mine. So let's turn the mine back on. I know it's going to cause some injuries, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. To quote the infamous Lord Farquaad. But, is that movie still cool? I don't know, what, Shrek is like 23 years old at this point? But, I digress. We've got other things to solve here, like our canola oil problem. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of canola seeds to turn into oil, but we also aren't producing very much oil in the first place. So I'm going to start planting additional stuff. That is what I said I was going to do over here, to a certain extent. We have 1 oil press. 1 oil press. Probably should have another one, but for right now, that is what we have. And I mean, we're not out of food, and it's keeping up pretty well over here, but we got to get these numbers up. Gotta get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Where can I put another... I guess... See, this is the only one over here that needs canola oil. I've got to get something that can use power. Yeah, somebody left a comment in a previous video that, oh, you made a Minecraft villager noise. Yes. Yes, I did. You are correct. So I guess I'll just put an oil press there and then use these platforms and put a T intersection. Which I guess reminds me of another comment we got recently, which was, why did we put the irrigation barriers on top of the walls here when we could have just made a trench and then in the trench placed the irrigation barrier, and on top of the irrigation barrier in the trench put a platform that we could put a path on. So specifically this area right here, this commenter was asking why didn't we just move the path over one to be on top of a trench with the irrigation barrier underneath it. And the simple answer to that is because I didn't build it that way. I know that's a non-answer. It's not what you want to hear. But I did this first, and it's working, so I have no real incentive to change it. We maybe could go back and do that, but right now I think our bigger priority should be getting this taken care of. Hopefully I've managed to do this design correctly. I do think I'm going to want to clean this up visually just a touch by putting in this level to match the water wheels, so we don't see quite so much of the end of it. But this is just going to have to be, quote-unquote, good enough. We could also, if we really wanted to, we could lower this whole thing down one more level, but I think it's probably fine. I also could just move this up one block from here. I think that would probably also be fine. You know what? I'm gonna take that out. I'm also going to take this out. I know it's making unauthorized design modifications, but I think we're gonna want it. I think we're gonna want it this way. So as soon as that gets built, remember we're still using the natural overhangs as a base for stuff, so I think it's fine. This is just an easier way of getting this down to this level. But I will stir step this a little bit more. I mean, they're not gonna have this done anytime soon anyway, so what does it matter? Let's prioritize these large industrial piles. Try to get stuff going here. Yeah, see, we're not making enough canola seeds really to keep up, and that's a problem that I should have foreseen coming a long, long time. And I guess I kind of did, but I didn't do anything about it, so it doesn't really matter that I saw it coming. No, it doesn't. That's just how it goes. For the time being, this is still fine to work with because bad water will just be completely diverted. But before we get too much further, I do have to... you know what, I'm not going to use the demolish building tool because I'm invariably going to delete something I'm not supposed to be deleting. I'll just manually click it. This is going to go back because, remember, we're keeping our levels correct here. This is going to just go back to being an impermeable thing. And then we will start building our water wheels on top of the mess, as it were. Now remember, the idea that I had for having power shafts was just to do platforms all the way along the back. And then wherever we have these things coming in, just put in, say for example, right here would be the start of this thing. I don't think I can move it one more over because of the sluices, but just to be absolutely sure. Pausing out of force of habit before anyone asks, wait. Oh no, I can get away with that now. I think. Okay, well if that's going to be the case. Nope, I have to keep it paused in case they actually decide to build this. So just leave 4 blocks in between. I'm just mapping this out. Remember, we're learning. I said that last episode, and then somebody left a comment that said, quote unquote, I'm learning, proceeds to make 35 blenders in one episode. Well, yes, welcome to my channel. At no point do I advertise to actually know what I'm doing. Hopefully you can appreciate the authenticity anyway. So let's see, that would go there. Go there. That would go there. That goes there. That goes there. See, it's a lot harder to count when you don't have the irrigation barriers there. Oh, I was right the first time. I hate it when that happens. Yeah, that works there. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I actually miscalculated on my placement of this, but I can pretty much, if I get rid of these two, I can have this entire mess. Well, not that one because I have the platforms there, but those won't be there forever. We just have to remember that we have those in and not worry about that so much. But look at that, folks. We got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 water wheels here. And then it turns the corner. I guess. I'm not totally in love with this, but I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. I'm going to keep these platforms paused. That's going to be the easiest way for us to prevent that from being constructed when we don't want it to be. And we can also, you know, move it if we want to. But this, I think, is going to be the best way to maximize the amount of power we're generating up here. Once I can keep the water backed up enough to actually generate flow on these wheels. But we'll let them take care of that. This is ready to be blasted. So down it goes. I've got that set here. This should, I am hopeful, should take care of my problems here. But why don't I instead put this in this corner here? Because then what I can do... Oh, bad tide approaching. I can try to do this in this corner, which will still give me enough of these. Set this to, say, 1.25. Yeah, alright. Alright, now we're cooking. I don't know what we're cooking with, but we're cooking something. Cool, cool, cool. So, yeah, they're going to take their sweet time building this. I actually have half a mind to time-lapse this right now, which, given how stuff is progressing, I think it might actually be smart for us to go ahead and time-lapse. So, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to sit here and we're going to watch them take care of this. As much of this as I can reasonably manage to get time-lapsed without feeling like we're just skipping through all this stuff. But by the time we get back to real time, hopefully, bad tide will be over and everything will be all set, ready to go. I am going to have to monitor this, though, so you will see stuff happen in the background, but the goal is to get as much of this accomplished as we possibly can. I know we're running low on logs, which you can see in the upper left-hand corner, but, you know, just takes time to get stuff situated. We have spent a large amount of resources making a whole bunch of planks, a whole bunch of metal, so you'll see me going back and forth between things. Pausing some of those buildings, getting the stock out, and then just trying to get done whatever we can get done. But I will catch you on the other side of this time-lapse. We interrupt this time-lapse to bring you an absolute cataclysm of me not getting stuff accomplished in time. So, what happened was I deleted the, oh jeez, I deleted the stuff here, and I did not make sure that I had my impermeable floors put absolutely everywhere. Which I was very, 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 very close to having them set up correctly. However, I seem to have missed quite severely on something here, because this is, it's leaking. And I'm not exactly sure how, because, well, oh, they just haven't finished. They just haven't finished. They have all the stuff in place. All right, well, that's 10,000 floggings for whoever was responsible for constructing this. Because look at all this mess, man. I was so careful, and by so careful I mean objectively maybe not that careful, but I was at least somewhat a little bit possibly in some way, shape, form, or fashion concept of having a plan for being careful of getting this, you know, not flooded. So, what has to happen now is this absolutely has to get fixed, and we're going to have a bunch of contaminated beavers, and I'm going to be in an extremely foul mood, and I'm sure someone will say I'm astroturfing this, but I promise you this is just authentic me being stupid. Anyway, please feel free to carry on with whatever it is you're doing. I just thought I would interrupt this time-lapse in progress to showcase that, yes, I am actually a human being who makes incredibly stupid mistakes on the regular, and this is just what happens when your name is me. So, back to the time-lapse we go. So, after the bad water mishap, we obviously continued building all of this fun stuff. You'll see that briefly summarized time-lapse here, constructing the rest of that terrain, and then as much of the rest of this as we can. Again, we are kind of low on logs. You'll see that number hover above 0 for a while, and then kind of fluctuate between 0 and 100 as different segments of this thing are constructed. But we ended up making some pretty good progress anyway, and hopefully we'll be able to move on during live play and continue that before the next bad tide comes in. Alright. I'm so sick and tired of seeing these buildings flood, so I had to end this time-lapse early, but like, look at this, it's surging for literally no reason. Of course there's a reason someone's going to scream at me because I'm wrong, but it's fine. I am at my wit's end with this. I truly am. I do not know how to solve it. Like this, I guess I'm going to have to just limit how much comes out of this. Like, I just have this one closed. Now this one closed. This one, I guess, auto. No, I have to unlink them. That's what it was. Just sheesh, man. It has been such an enormous pain in the butt ever since I decided I was going to try to be cute with this. It's only caused problems. It's just been massive beaver suffering. Now we have all these unwell beavers. Because the stuff just keeps flooding and flooding and flooding and flooding and flooding. Like, oh man, come on. It's supposed to be, like, actually good gameplay here, and I'm just stinking up everything. Oh well. Let this be a lesson to you. Probably a lot of the people that make videos on this game are editing out their mistakes. I don't do that. Do I make more mistakes than them? Probably also yes. But I'm not taking mine away. I'm honest with you guys. Probably to the detriment of my reputation as someone who knows how to play the game, which any given day, the answer to that might change. But you can always trust that I'm putting everything out, warts and all. All that being said, we have gotten a pretty decent amount of stuff done in the middle of a drought, just about to the corner here. The biggest problem with this is building, most of this is going to have to come from up top. And all of this, it takes time. I keep saying it, and sometimes people get mad at me because I just say it so much. But it's true. That's just how it is, man. Nothing ever comes that quickly in this game, unless you're just a generational Timberborn talent, which, on a list of people who are on that list, I'm not on the list. I'm just a guy who plays games in his spare time, and sometimes takes away from other things that should be done in the spare time to play Timberborn. But hey, we have a good time doing this, and for the most part, you guys seem to like the videos. I don't know, after today, maybe everybody hates these, because this is such a stupid, horrible disaster video. But that's the way it goes. We've got a little bit more terrain to put in, and then they can just kind of stair-step down here. I don't have these perfectly lined up, but I guess I could go ahead and fix that. I tried to get as much of this built as I could before going into just sit there and wait for it to time-lapse mode. But, you know, it is what it is. I do what I can. That's pretty much all you can do. We'll just let them continue working on this a little bit here. I wanted to make sure before the next bad tide happened, at the very least, that this area here all the way to where this is was good to go. So I mean, the time lapse is probably pretty fast. I don't know if you caught, but I did pause the construction of these levees here so that when the bad water comes through here, or whatever water comes through, it can just drop straight through, because again, these natural overhangs are not watertight. They'll let anything through. So anything that comes through this, put this back up, will, once this whole thing is complete, will just harmlessly fall through here. We won't be able to generate power from these wheels with it, but we're going to get pretty close to having this accessible and powerable and anything able. So that's exciting. And I also have figured out that I probably should go ahead and put this in place before it's too late. I'm going to do these. You know what? Oh no! What? Come on, man. What's that I forgore meme? Well, that's me, I guess. I forgore to do everything. Sheesh. I guess the best thing to do here is just going to be to put this overflow, because I obviously can't put it there. Sheesh. Blast this out, and then make that just a one feeding this. I think the amount of overflow that's going to be happening is probably not substantial, but I gotta do what I gotta do. Gotta get it done. So we'll let them put that dirt back in place. I guess I can go ahead and put the irrigation things back on top of that, and then blast these 3 dynamites out, although I could just do this one, but no, they already brought the dynamite in for that. Get that back in place, as long as nobody gets blasted off of this. There we go. This sluice will go this way. This I will just, ooh, you know what? You know what? I guess I'm just going to always have to have this open. That probably would make the most sense, because I can't really do anything about the downstream depth here. This is literally just to overflow this, so it never gets too high. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We're going to find out. It's very possible that it is not enough, and I've made a tremendous mistake. But that would be hardly anything new for today's video, so we'll leave that alone. They got this corner thing all finished up, which is cool. This, again, is staggered. so that the water can flow through here. Hopefully this is the right height. And I do have this kind of offset, so I have 1, 2, 3 edges for the water to fall down. I don't know how going through the floodgates is going to affect that, but we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to go ahead, since I am already over here able to do this, I'm just going to pop in staircases. I know they're not going to be able to get all the way down until I get rid of these large water wheels, so we'll just go ahead and take those out. No reason to have those in for right now anyway, because we can't power them yet. That's going to be an entirely different can of worms. But hopefully they'll be able to construct the rest of this at some point soon. I mean, it's a drought, so we're not going to be able to test it. But as soon as the drought is over, I do want to send water back through here to check and make sure flow, especially with the floodgates set to this height, is going to be adequate. Hopefully it is. Like I said earlier, this has just been, yeah. We've been doing our best. That's about all we can hope for. Water supply is down a little bit, but it's fine because I have it paused during a drought anyway. This is about to be completely empty, so it's not going to matter. You know what I didn't check is the pollution in this one right over here. Is this gonna... Okay, this is let's clean water, because I know it was leaking through here, and that was causing all manner of problems. For all of my planting of additional canola, it has not helped. It has not helped us retain any sort of stock of canola oil, which is a little frustrating. By a little, I mean a lot, but you know, it's fine. We don't even have the canola seeds that much, so I guess these guys have been busy doing literally anything else, huh? Well, let it be a lesson to you. Nothing comes easy in the beaver game. Unless it does, in which case, congratulations. But ever since I decided to start doing stuff I've never done before, things have gone horribly wrong. So, that's the way it goes. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you lose some more. But Cycle 25, Day 1. Got that clean water coming back in. Hopefully... Let's go. You know, I don't remember putting these back on here, but you probably literally watched me do it, so that's fine. I'm going to go ahead, since this is clean water, I'm going to auto-open and auto-close these, just so we can see this rush through here, see if it's going to overtop. Hopefully it doesn't, but I think everything's going to be fine. I'd rather test this with the clean water than with the dirty water, because bad things happen when you have an untested flood control device. So how high does this come up? And will it be enough to turn the paddles? I guess, probably. Okay, so here comes water here. Obviously it's going to flood this whole mess because I don't have all of my walls in. But it does... Ooh, yeah, we are overtopping. We are overtopping something fierce here. Well, we were. It seems like it's caught up. Maybe it's just because of how high... Oh, great. Now this whole thing is flooded again. All right. Well, sheesh. All right. Okay. Automatic. Is this... There. We'll just abandon ship on this. It was an idea that probably should have been left on the drawing board, but man, I literally just pumped this out of bad water. All right, well, I guess that means we're gonna put in a regular pump too. Eventually, this will get fixed. Oh, there's another error message. Hope my computer doesn't explode. Gotta let these guys get all the rest of these levees and stuff put in place, and then hopefully, maybe, everything will be fine. This does have some water trapped in it now, which is interesting. I guess that's the height of the... Yeah, it's the height of the floodgates. I think that should be... Let me turn this... oh, it's not going to let me do that while I have the construction ghosting turned on. I'm hoping that's tall enough to activate these. It should just barely be. And I guess we'll find out. We will find out what happens. I just have the one decontamination pod. So, words are hard. Hello. You are currently infected with the bad water, but you are the one who gets to play in the forbidden hot tub while the others suffer. So, congratulations on your good fortune. Sorry you had to find out this way. But, you know, I think we're at the point now where, all we can do is let them finish these bits of levees here, and we can move on with our lives. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today's episode. Many apologies for this being a disaster, but you know, it happens. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. Never gonna win all the time. And I very, very strongly believe in presenting the authentic experience of playing the game. So, again, you get to see me at my worst. Well, maybe not my actual worst, but in terms of beavers, this is probably about as bad as this playthrough has ever been. But I still think it's worth working toward getting everything set up and operating here for this diversion. It's going to generate a ton of power, and it's going to look pretty cool when it's all said and done. But I appreciate you watching, bearing with me with all this nonsense, and continuing to support the channel and all the fun stuff we've got going on. Beard boosters, of course, you see their names on the screen. Subsidizing the good, the bad, and definitely the ugly when it comes to this stuff. So appreciate you folks for making it possible for me to just completely ignore sponsorships, except, you know, the people who make this game, which I'm super grateful that they decided to sponsor the beginning of this series. But I just want to focus on playing the game and enjoying the community that we've got here. I don't want to sell you VPNs or earbuds or frozen food or whatever. You get enough of that in the rest of your life. It doesn't need to be here. So you guys make it possible for me to comfortably and confidently say no to that by directly supporting the channel and making that so I can focus at least some part of my efforts on just enjoying the games and hopefully creating stuff that people at least either like to watch or like to laugh at when things go wrong. So I genuinely, immensely appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so thankful we get to spend this time together. Next time should be better. We should have this actually up and running, and generating some power would be a nice goal to have for the next time we see each other. But whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and stay out of the poison water. Your beavers will thank you. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.